Well, hey there, friendships. Welcome back to Curtis Corner. If you're new here, hi, I'm Curtis. This is my corner. This is the third video for today. How excited are you? I am. Anyways, we are going to talk about my highly anticipated films that I'm really wanting to see in 2025. Now, these are not all the movies that are coming out. These are just the top 25
of the year
that I really want to see. There are going to be more throughout, obviously, the year that will be announced that are going to be coming out later in the year, as they always do with everything, along with certain things on like streaming and so on and so forth.
However,
as far as I know, this list is all things going directly to theater, which is fantastic because that's the best place to watch a film, in my opinion.
that's my opinion!
So, like I said, this is the third video today. So if you missed the other two, go and check out my previous two. I did a top 10 favorite films of 2024, as well as I gave a review for Nosferatu. So go check those out, show it some love, and then come back and continue with this video. But we're gonna roll the intro. I'm gonna give my little spiel, and then we'll dive right in. So if you like movies, if you like New Year's, give this video a like and hit the subscribe button so you can see weekly videos from me, as well as hitting that notification bell so you know when it's time I'm posting videos. Link below. For today and tomorrow only, you get 2 days. I'm running a discount, a 20% off discount on my Patreon. Click the link in the description below. Enter the code New Year's Corner. You will get 20% off your first month. For my Patreon, you get exclusive early access to all my videos. And on top of that, you also get creative control of what you want to see on this channel. So click it, claim your 20%, and join the friend zone. I will see you over there. But let's dive in with some honorable mentions. Now, these are some that have been released, saying that they are coming out. We just don't exactly know a release date yet, or they had a release date and then it was removed and postponed to later on in the year, and we just don't know when yet. So first honorable mention is Black Phone 2. I'm excited to see this. However, is it needed, especially with Ethan Hawke coming back as the grabber? Is it really needed? Do we need this? I don't know. I'll go watch it. The first one was fantastic, and I believe it's by the same director as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with this. But do we need it? My next one I'm highly anticipating is Verona's Romeo and Juliet. I have always liked different versions of Romeo and Juliet. I liked the play, reading it in school. In fact, I even did, I can't remember, I think I did a reenactment of it for a school project with friends, or at least a scene, but it was fun. I love the Leonardo DiCaprio one, but this one has my friend in it, and I'm really excited to see his performance as Benvolio, so I might have a little bit of a bias when it comes to this film, but it's also a musical. I'm really getting into musicals lately, so give me it. Give me it now. I need it right this instant. We just don't know a date. It was supposed to come out Valentine's Day, but it got postponed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it still comes out Valentine's Day. I don't know yet. Strangers Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. I'm lumping them together because allegedly we were supposed to get all three in 1 year, and then we only got one, and then I don't know. Strangers Chapter 2. I wasn't a big fan of Strangers Chapter 1, mainly because it was just a retelling of the first film in just like a different kind of way, more modernized. So I'm anticipating them because I'm curious to know where they're going to go with this series. Are they going to connect it to the first two? Are they just its own entity and then that's it? I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I have on that, and no release dates for it. American Psycho is another honorable mention, especially considering that Austin Butler is going to be playing the main role. Are you kidding me? Give it. I'm here for it. I feel like he's going to do a fantastic job in this film, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with a modern retelling. I hope they don't change too much. I want them to change enough that it's going to be a fresh take. But the film, the original with Christian Bale, is so good, and I really hope that they don't change too much or stray too far from that path and make it like too, not political, but too washed over for everyone to enjoy. It's supposed to be offensive. It is supposed to be making you feel icky on the inside. Like, it's supposed to do that to you. That's the whole point of it. So I'm really hoping that they're not just gonna change a whole lot of aspects of things and kind of keeping it straight to the core of what the original was. On Bambi the Reckoning, I've talked to Joseph and I have talked to Nikki about this film. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in this film and how it's going to lead into future events, which I will get to later on this list. And yeah, and then on top of that, Pinocchio Unstrung is another honorable mention because again, these they don't have release dates yet, so I can't tell you exactly when they're coming out. But again, same thing, and for a different reason of why I'm really looking forward to Pinocchio Unstrung. Not only is it like really good budget, but Robert Englund, hello, Freddy Krueger himself is going to be in this movie, so give it. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, so number 25 is The Thunderbolt. Now this is coming out May 2nd. I'm looking forward to this. I love a good Marvel film. It's just with characters I just don't really care about too much aside from Yelena. I think Florence Pugh is a phenomenal actress. I think she can do no wrong in any film that she's in. I don't know. I mean, the trailers make it look fun and action-packed, so I'm excited for that. But otherwise, they're just characters I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. We'll go watch it. At number 24 is The Monkey. This is a film that I talked about in my 2024 recap video, kind of very briefly without mentioning it. This is one of the films by Osgood Perkins that I am excited for. This comes out February 21st. It's based off of a short story by Stephen King. It is about like a monkey. You twist the little key and he like drums or smashes things. But basically things happen. You turn the key. Whoever turns the key is basically in control. Things happen and people die. So I'm excited. Number 23 is Lilo and Stitch. This is expected to come out May 23rd. This is the live action version of it. Stitch looks fantastic. He sounds perfect. I'm excited to see. I hope they still keep like the fun and the whimsy while expanding on the lore and everything about that. I'm very curious to see how Jamba and Pleakley and all the other aliens look, but I'm here for it. I'm really excited. Just give me everything. Now I need a full trailer. Give me a full trailer. Give me it now. Coming in number 22, we have How to Train Your Dragon. This is coming out June 13th. Again, not really needed, but it's a live action version of the 3D animation, which is already essentially basically live action because it's 3D. You know what? Whatever. It's by the same director who made the first one. I mean, Toothless looks great. I'm excited to see the performances. I'm excited to see like the expansion of lore and characters and all of that too. I know they're going to change a few things because there's already a few things within the trailer that they have changed already from the original, but I'm excited. I'm here for it. I'm ready to go. Give it. Coming in number 21, we have Predator Badlands. This is supposed to be coming out November 7th. I hope this one does well because the last few Predator movies have been they've been okay. They've been okay. Prey is the best one in the entire franchise, in my personal opinion. So I really hope that this meets the expectations that people have after watching Prey, because Prey set a stand. Like Predator 1 set a standard, Predator 2 was fun, and then you had the next two that were just but we gotta keep it at that standard of Prey right now and just hope. We just gotta hope that we're gonna get something good.
I'm ready for it.
Coming in at number 20, we have Mortal Kombat 2, which is expected October 24th. I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was fun. I thought the action sequences were great. I loved the gore. I loved just how insane everything was. I loved the games. I thought it encapsulated the feeling of the game and the lore of the game really well in the first one. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I'm excited to see Carl Urban in this as Johnny Cage. Just give it. Just give it now. I want it. I need it. Come on, give it. All right, number 19 is Thread: An Insidious Tale. Now, they've basically run this franchise into the ground, and some are better than others. However, I'm really curious to know what they're going to do with this, because the movie itself is called Thread, but it's saying that it's part of the Insidious franchise because it's a story within the Insidious world. Now, this is expected August 29th. It's supposed to be starring Mandy Moore and then Kumail Nanjiani. Both, I enjoy both, but like it's so random. I'm curious to know kind of like the story, what they're going to be doing with this. I really enjoy the Insidious franchise. I mean, there is another franchise on this list that's within the same kind of realm that I enjoy a lot more, but I'll be seeing this. Like it seems, it's interesting. It has my attention. All right, coming in at number 8 18, we have the reignition of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this is supposed to be a summer film. July 18th is when this is allegedly coming out. We have some returning cast members. I believe Freddie Prinze Jr. is coming back. Jennifer Love Hewitt is going to be coming back. We're gonna have Nicholas Alexander Chavez in this film. Madeline Klein is going to be in it. Billy Campbell, Austin Nichols. Yeah, there's tons of people. There are lots of people that are going to be in this. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this, how they're going to continue it on after all these years. Maybe one of those other people that are like the new faces, maybe it'll be the children of Jennifer Love Hewitt's character. We shall see. Number 17, we have 28 Years Later. This is supposed to be coming out June 20th. Yes, please. The trailer was terrifying. The different take of audio soundtrack that they're using within the trailer itself just invokes just an unsettling vibe throughout. And it's because it's not just a spooky version of a song or just songs in general. It's a poem, a very old poem that someone is reading that's being played back on a record player. And it just adds so much to the whole vibe. I'm here for it. Give me this. I need it like faster than June, please. Now, number 16 is Jurassic World Rebirth. This is expected July 2nd. It has Scarlett Johansson in it, which is really, really random. Jonathan Bailey's also going to be in it. Ed Skrein, Mahershala Ali. I'm excited. I love a good dinosaur film. I like all of the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park universe franchise, all of that. I think 1, 2, 4 were really great. 3 I have a special soft spot for it because it's something I saw as like a child. 5 and 6 were okay, but I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to I think we just have to embrace the crazy that this franchise has pretty much just become and just enjoy people running around from dinosaurs. I think that's good. But coming in at number 15, we have Snow White. This is supposed to be coming out March 21st. I had my hesitations about this when I was hearing all the press runs and interviews. I was just like, this movie is going to be awful. And then I heard the whole debacle about Peter Dinklage talking about how dwarves are real people and they shouldn't be made fun of and they're not imaginary creatures and so on and so forth. And then they were talking about changing Snow White and the Seven Dwarves to be just Snow White, which they did change the name, so that came true. But then they were talking about changing the dwarves in the film to be just like magical creatures that were all just going to be voiced by people. And I was like, you're making everybody angry right now. And then they were talking about there's not going to be a prince in the film and it's all about like woman power and this and that. It's like, okay, great. We love a good, like, strong, independent woman who don't need no man. I understand that. However, do not ruin a classic. Yes, you can enhance things. Yes, you can change things to make it a little more modernized, but don't change the entire story. And needless to say, I think while they are adding things and changing a little bit here and there, the story by the trailer looks pretty much exact to the original. They're adding some original songs into it. I'm okay with this. I'm looking forward to this now. I think it looks fun, and I am fully accepting that things have been changed, and I'm ready. I'm here for it, so let's do it. Let's just have some fun with it, you know? Coming in at number 14, we have Wolfman. Now, here's my only hesitation with it. The Wolfman is not a wolf. It's just a deranged-looking man who has wolf-like abilities and slight features. Otherwise, he's not a giant, hairy wolf creature that's chasing people. It is also a January release, but where I'm kind of keeping my reservations for it's by Lee Winnell, and he did The Invisible Man, which turned out to be an amazing film back in 2020. So I don't know. It could go either way. It could be really good, or it could fall flat on its face, and no one's ever going to want to touch another Universal classic creature ever again. But I'm hoping it's the former. That'll be really good. Coming in at number 13, we have Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Now, this is actually going into theaters for only 3 days. 3 days! January 11th, 12th, and 13th. Those are the only days that is going in theaters for. But this seems so dark and so grounded in a type of reality that we actually even live in already. And it touches on a lot of people's actual nightmares of their children being kidnapped and murdered, and just, it is scary with realism. I'm here for it, and I am so ready for more expansions on this entire universe. I love the Twisted Childhood universe so much, and I think they've handled every film so well and with respect even to the original source material while changing it to be a nightmarish debacle. And and I think this is Scott's directorial debut as well. So I'm excited to see what he does with this as well. I'm fully embracing this world. Number 12, we have Captain America: Brave New World. This is coming out for Valentine's Day. It's February 12th that it comes out. I had some hesitation towards it because things just kept changing all the time, left and right. Nothing was ever set in stone. And then we got a few trailers and it looks really good. I mean, they're still doing reshoots, which is crazy that you're doing reshoots this close, which means you're not going to have time to like finesse anything. However, storyline seems promising. It seems like they're going to be touching on some unanswered questions from past films. I'm ready. I'm here to see Anthony Mackie as Captain America. I'm here to see Harrison Ford take up the mantle of General Ross, or President Ross in this case, and becoming Red Hulk. I'm here for it. I think it's just going to be absolutely crazy and all over the place in the best way possible. Number 11, we have Freakier Friday. This is supposed to be coming out August 8th. This is the long-awaited sequel that we didn't know we needed to Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, who are both reprising their roles. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. When I tell you I'm so excited, you have no idea how excited I am. It needs to be just as funny as the first. I know they're doing a lot of callbacks, bringing a lot of people back in for this sequel, so I am so excited and so ready to see what kind of a story they're going to be able to tell and who's swapping places and how many are swapping places, because I heard rumors that it might be like a 3-person swap this time, so I don't know. Okay, now the top 10. The thing is, with my top 10, there's going to be some controversial picks, I think, such as number 10, Superman. Now, I've placed him at the bottom of my most anticipated top 10 list because of a couple reasons. I've come to terms with the fact that Warner Brothers did Henry Cavill so very wrong, and that we now have David Cornsweet as Superman. But what I'm not looking forward to with this film is there's no origin. You're being thrown completely right into the action of Superman, and he's already an established superhero in this world. And while that's okay to do with certain characters like Spider-Man, they did it in a different way where, yeah, he was already an established type of Spider-Man. He just didn't have any of the real suits. They made his trilogy into his origin story. But with Superman, what's happening is they're not doing that. They have all these other superheroes who are in this film. Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific. Like, Lex Luthor's already like a well-established enemy. Lois Lane already knows the identity of Superman and Clark Kent. It's a lot. And you're trying to, like James Gunn said, he wants to make it so general audiences are able to enjoy it. But if you throw them into the middle of a movie because you don't want to do an origin story for this character, is that really guiding this movie towards general audiences who know nothing about this character? Aside from, oh, it's Superman, he wears a blue suit and a red cape and can fly. That's not all there is to Superman. And you also have Crypto in this, the dog. There's a lot that's happening, and I don't know if this is going to land as well as he is thinking it's going to be landing. Also, the symbol on the chest really irritates me. It's supposed to resemble an S, and it doesn't. It's literally just a slash across his chest. I hate that. I don't know. I'm going in with extremely low expectations. I know a lot of people don't want to do origin stories, but you don't have to make your whole movie an origin story. Do what Batman vs. Superman did, where it still told the origin story of Batman, but they started it in the middle of the alley. It went by within maybe 15 minutes, and that was it. You could still have an origin story. Just start it as Krypton's blowing up and have a space pod leaving, and then cut to Earth, have it crash and the people finding him. That's all you need. At least have that. If you don't have that, I'm going to be very disappointed. All I'm going to say. This is expected July 11th. So I will be there watching it, but low expectations. Coming in at number 9, we have Final Destination Bloodlines. This is expected May 16th. I am so excited for this. I love the Final Destination franchise. I think it's so fun. It gets you afraid of everyday things. Now, some things you kind of have to suspend your belief for, but I think it is just fun. I know they're kind of switching up the formula a little bit in this film, which I am okay with, but at the same time, I'm kind of here for the repetition of the formula. Accident happens, turns out it's just a vision, and then they all start dying. It's worked. You've made 5 films about it. It has worked. So why ruin it? You're still gonna have people. I get people are saying,
I'm bored of it. It's the same thing.
well, yeah, That's the premise of the movie. That is supposed to be the same thing. But anyways, I'm excited to see the new kills that are going to happen, the new horrors that they're going to bring into everyday life. All I know is that there's something to do with getting tattoos. And well, I've got some tattoos that I need done. May 16th. I'm ready. Number 8, Megan 2.0. This is coming out June 27th. This is the demanded sequel to the first film, Megan. I loved Megan. I think it could have done better as an R rating, but I think for the PG-13, it was absolutely fantastic. I think it was fun, and it really worked. I really enjoyed everything that they presented on screen for that first film, and I know they're kind of switching Megan around to be like the good guy in this one, and she's going to protect the humans that made her, and that the new threat is called Amelia, but otherwise, I know nothing about it. That's all I think we all know about it. I'm so excited. I want to see more Megan action, and maybe if they do a Megan 3, maybe there's going to be like a glitch in her system. Maybe that'll be the end. A glitch in the system, and she's going to be like, ooh, I'm bad again. Because she's kind of fun when she's bad. Because she's witty, and she's just like psycho. Love it. All right, coming in at number 7, we have Avatar, Fire, and Ash. This is coming out December 19th. I'm not super big on the Avatar films. I think they are beautiful. I think the stories are nice. The actors are fantastic in it, but I never got that like, suck me in, yay, I'm invested in this whole entire franchise. I'm still gonna go and watch it. I really enjoyed the second one. I do think it's odd that it took so long between the first and the second to come out, considering the first one came out in like 2009, and then the second one came out literally like a couple years ago. So that's a huge time to wait for just a one movie sequel, and now everything's coming out like every 2 years. But I'm ready. We're clearly following the Last Airbender kind of books, where book 1 was all about air, book 2 was all about water, book 3 is about fire, so the next one is going to be about earth, probably, most likely. I'm ready to get back into the world of Avatar. I think it's going to be another beautifully crafted film. I think obviously all of the effects are going to look absolutely wonderful. James Cameron is going to do a fantastic job. I know it, and it's going to be another like $1 billion box office for this film. Coming in at number 6, we have Fantastic Four: First Steps. This is coming out July 25th. This film, ooh, it seems to be going along quite well. I have my reservations for it, not like ticket reservations, because they're not on sale yet. I liked the 2005 one and its sequel, not as much as the first one, but still I enjoyed it, like with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. The 2017 one, Fan Four Stick? No. Oh, terrible. Absolute garbage. So it can only go up from there, at least. I have trust in Marvel Studios for handling this well, and I know they're going to do a great job. I'm just wondering how it's all going to kind of connect to the bigger picture of like Secret Wars and like our MCU of 616. I'm excited to see everyone in their roles. I'm excited to see how the thing looks in live action, because it was like, one was like completely CGI and super realistic where you couldn't even really tell where his face really was. Another one was very foam suit, that was back in 2005, and very comic accurate. So I don't know. This one, it seems like it's going to be kind of comic accurate look, but we'll just have to see how he looks once he's actually moving around and talking and whatnot. But I am excited for this. All right, my top 5 now. Are you ready? Buckle up. Number 5, The Conjuring: The Last Rites. This is coming out September 5th. Now, I love the Conjuring franchise. I think all the films are great in their own way. The second one is by far definitely the strongest. The first one is by far my favorite because it's something that I quote the most. The third one was okay. It was completely different. It was way out in left field. I understand what they were trying to go for. It was just not, it wasn't my faves in the franchise. And this one is being done by the same director who did The Nun 2, which was a step up from the first Nun, but still not fantastic. So I don't want cheap jump scares. I want horror. I want unnerving, unsettling atmospheres. I want all of the fun things that the second one had, that the first one even had, that made them so good. I need those in this movie, considering this is supposed to be the last one in the main franchise. Like Annabelle, she's already had her course and she's done with the spin-offs. The Nun has had 2 films. She's probably done. We've had La Llorona, and that director can say all he wants that it's not part of the universe, but excuse you. You had that scene where you had the priest and Annabelle in it. So you can't tell me that it's not part of it. I don't know. I'm super, super excited for this film, but I'm also going in with some low expectations because I don't really know how it's going to go based off of the director. All right, coming in at number 4, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This is coming out December 5th. This film, I thoroughly enjoyed the first one a lot. I think it could have pushed the boundary of that PG-13 line way more than it did, but I feel like they're going to do it in this one because they see the love that the first one got. They see the demand for these movies. So I feel like they're going to do a really good job with this sequel. I enjoyed it. I believe Matthew Lillard might be coming back for this one. Josh Hutcherson is obviously coming back for this one. They're going to clearly continue on from where they left off in the first one. I'm excited to see the animatronics again. I think everything about the first film was very fun and captured the tone of the video game. And yeah, I'm excited. I want to see more of this world. I want to see them go so crazy as like the games kind of went on. I've only played the first one, but I've seen the lore. I've heard the lore. I've watched people talk about the lore. I'm excited. I want them to go so crazy that it's what it is. And I want them to really heavily lean into that because it gets insane and I'm here for it severely. Coming in at number 3. And the only reason why it's at number 3 is because there's 2 more that I'm like, I know they're going to be phenomenal. So it just kind of like just beats that. But number 3 is Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. This is what all of these Twisted Childhood universe films are leading up to, with the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1 and 2, with Pinocchio Unstrung, with Bambi the Reckoning, with Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. All of these are joining together to come out in May. And I'm so here for it. There's been articles stated that the main villains of this film are going to be Peter Pan, the Mad Hatter, I believe, and a new one that I was shocked about, Mary Poppins. She's going to be a villain in this film. So that's going to be fun. And then you're going to have like Winnie the Pooh and Bambi and Tigger. And I think they're supposed to be, while still villains, not as bad as the other 3. And they're supposed to also kind of have like Christopher Robin join in. Whoever survives in Bambi, whoever survives in Pinocchio, whoever survives in Peter Pan, they're all going to be there as like the true heroes of everything. I think what Scott and Reese need to do, though, especially if they want to continue with this, I think while keeping these characters as your main villains, I think what you need to do is create like a bigger villain than them, such as Heffalumps and Woozles and Jagulars. You need those because they were always afraid of them. So if they're a bigger bad, that would be a fun kind of aspect to really explore and figure out kind of like where they've come from, why they're so evil. Maybe they are like creations gone completely wrong and evolved more than what these creatures are. I'm trying to say things without really giving them away if you've never seen Blood and Honey 2. But Scott and Reese, if you're watching this, I think you know what I'm talking about. I think that would be fun, though. I think it would be really cool. And I think I heard Rabbit is coming into this film as well. But I don't think he is like a villain, like how Pooh and Tigger and Owl are. I think he's more of like he's on Christopher Robin's side-ish. I think that might have that like gray area where he could kind of like flip-flop in between. But I think he's more on the side of Christopher Robin, which would be an interesting thing to kind of see and explore as well within this film. Coming in at number 2, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is supposed to come out May 23rd. When I tell you, I am so beyond ready for this. I've been ready for every Mission Impossible movie ever. They're so good. They're so action-packed. The stories are so awesome. Tom Cruise is just a fantastic actor. He's a little crazy in person, but acting-wise, amazing. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. Even when it goes so crazy and so just like out there, it's still a fun watch. And I know a lot of things are kind of like embellished by CGI, but the fact that he's actually doing all of these things still is crazy, especially at his age of like almost 60. So it's crazy. but I'm excited. I'm here for what is going to happen. Now they're calling it the Final Reckoning. They're marketing this as the final Mission Impossible. I don't think it's going to be, because he said that he's going to do it as long as he possibly can. They might take like a small break from it, but I don't think it's going to be the final Mission Impossible. But May's basically just around the corner. It's a stone throws away, and I'm so excited and so ready to see this film on the big screen, and you best believe I'm going to go and pretty much try and see it in IMAX if I can. Number one, if you didn't listen to me in the 2024 recap video, then why are you here? But if you did listen to me, you would know what my number one pick was. And that's still my number one pick for this one. Wicked for Good. This is Wicked Part 2, November 21st. When I told you my whole personality is now Wicked, I'm not lying. I listen to it every day. I quote it. My whole TikTok and Instagram feed is all just Wicked stuff now. I am obsessed with this film, and I need it yesterday. Like, I don't want to wait till November. I needed it yesterday to see the conclusion of what's happening. I really hope that they continue the storyline after this and dive into the other books. There's like Son of a Witch, which I read the little like backing for. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. There's A Lion Among Men. That's supposed to be kind of like what's happening in The Wizard of Oz, but like according to the Cowardly Lion. And then there's also Out of Oz as well, which is another story, and it's them trying to, I think, escape Oz, but then having to go back into it because things are really going crazy in like both worlds. And then there's going to be another film that's coming out, or not another film, another book that's coming out, and it is going to be called Elfie, and it's all about her childhood, which would be fun to see as well. Even though they kind of like touched upon it in the first Wicked film, I think it would be nice to kind of see that prequel and like how she was treated by her father and so on and so forth. So I'm ready. I want this to be a whole entire franchise. I think it would be great. And if it doesn't even touch upon like the Wizard of Oz story per se, I'm here for a Wizard of Oz reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it, with just today's modern technology. Like, if you can make Oz look as good as it does in Wicked, think of what you can do for Wizard of Oz itself. And especially with all of the talented people that we have nowadays, you could bring all of these people back. And I think it would be amazing, absolutely amazing, to see Cynthia Erivo portray that Wicked Witch version instead of this version of Elphaba that we're seeing in Wicked. I think it would be so cool to see what she can do as like a truly evil character in a Wizard of Oz remake. Have Ariana come back as Glinda, but then have a new Dorothy. Have, you know, everyone be who they're supposed to be, but in the Wizard of Oz, and really tie everything together. And then obviously you make it into a different version of Wicked, because the events of Wicked are being told by Glinda and Elphaba, whereas the tale of Wizard of Oz is being told, we don't know if it's being told by Dorothy, we don't know if it's being told by the wizard or someone else. So I think you could establish someone telling that story and getting all the information kind of wrong on purpose, because they weren't really there and understanding what was happening. So I think that would be cool. Anyways, that is my list of my most anticipated movies for 2025. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, okay? I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for weekly videos and hit that notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video, because if you don't, how else are you gonna know? You won't, so do it. I'll see you next time. Bye, friendships.